Today, I'm excited to welcome Carolina, a personal stylist who has worked with clients across Europe, the US, and Dubai. She has helped over 100 women build wardrobe that make them feel confident and empowered. Her wardrobe architect method is changing how professional women dress for success, and she recently shared her insights at the BBC Club's Wearing versus Styling workshop. Her work has also been featured in top fashion magazines, and she has played a role in major events such as London Fashion Week and Tony and Guy's 6th anniversary show. Beyond styling, Carolina is passionate about mentoring new designers and sharing her expertise through workshops. Whether she is helping a client put together the perfect outfit for an important meeting or guiding the next generation of fashion talent, her focus is always on creativity and confidence. So let's dive into her journey and insights on personal style. Thank you so much, Carolina, for agreeing to do this podcast with me. It means a lot to me. So tell me, how did your journey into personal styling begin and what inspired you to pursue this career?
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited. So, I started my career as a personal stylist 3 years and a half ago after the pandemic and the lockdown. I really wanted to have like a shift in my professional life. I think we all women have this thing, and I was feeling that I wanted to work in something that was connected to me and my purpose, and what I wanted to do. So, having a deep fascination in fashion since I'm very little, I that came to me, as a way of helping women,
Yeah.
because in the beginning I really didn't know what I wanted to do or how I could help. But then actually I thought, like, okay, I think this is something that has been part of my life. Always very fascinated about how clothes help us express ourselves, and how people perceive us, through fashion and all of those things. So yeah, I just decided to literally jumped in
Yeah.
and do my, start my style consultancy. Yeah, and I started helping women like one-on-one straight away.
Yeah.
And then as I was doing it, I realized how much I love to do what I do
Yeah.
and my job.
Yeah.
So,
You
yeah,
have you have to love your job, of course, 100%, if you want
yeah.
to excel in it. Okay, so tell me, what's the biggest challenge you have faced while working with clients from different countries or cultures? Was there, I'm sure you must have faced challenges, dealing with different cultures and countries. So what was the biggest challenge, I would ask, you have faced?
So it is very fun. My job, in that part of my job, and working with women from different cultures,
Yeah.
only not only even the countries. I mean, I offer my services online, so I have
Yeah.
access, to women all around the world. This is the way that I have worked with them mainly because I'm based in London.
Yeah.
But they also travel here, and there's like a variety of cultures here in this city that is amazing. um, so one of the biggest challenge is actually to understand how to balance how my clients want to express themselves,
Yeah.
through their identity
Yeah.
and what they want to achieve,
Yeah.
but also kind of balancing this with societal requirements,
Yeah.
right, or cultural requirements,
Yeah. Yeah.
because yeah, some cultures lean more into conservative,
Yeah.
other ones
Yeah. Yeah.
allow them to be more bold and express themselves, in a different way.
Yeah.
So the challenge is kind of there, to find that
Yeah.
balance. and help them express themselves in a way that feels real to them,
Yeah.
but also that fits into the environment that they're
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, yeah, that is very
Yeah,
important because I'm
yeah,
sure, women from Dubai, again, and I'm just assuming I have been to Dubai once. So this is just my assumption that, their style, might be a bit conservative as compared to the US and the Europe.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You have to, yeah, play it along.
So you have to, exactly. It's more about listening, and really um, listening to what the requirements that they have,
yeah,
right? And what is it that they're looking to achieve through their wardrobe
yeah,
as well. What are their needs? And then trying, like I said, just to put all this together in a way that it makes sense for them,
yeah,
because of course you need to adapt through personal styling. You need to adapt to the client, right? Like their lifestyle, their personality, their
yeah,
professional goals. So yeah, it's not as creative as the other side of my job, which is
yeah,
like fashion styling.
yeah,
And in that way I have more room to play, with my creativity
yeah,
and all those things. But in personal styling you really need to stick to your client needs
yeah.
and, yeah, and their life.
Yeah. Oh wow, this all sounds very interesting. Because how do you style each individual based on their culture and countries environment requirement. Okay, so could you please tell me your wardrobe architect method and how it helps professional women, because this is the term because again I'm a layman, I don't know what is wardrobe architect method. Could you please just share some insight into it?
Yeah, so when I started personal styling, I was more, I was really using the techniques that I learned while getting my degree. And then after working with many clients, I realized that most of us women, we have the same kind of challenges when it comes to our wardrobe and how we dress.
Yeah,
So it was funny to see to understand this, and then I tried to put together
mm-hmm.
a method or a strategy just to help them, in a way, creating a foundation for the wardrobe
Yeah,
and help women's wardrobe to become like a tool,
yeah,
to help them towards their success,
yeah,
rather than being something that stress them and overwhelm them.
yeah.
Um, and then I came up with this thing that, which naturally I was doing with all of them, and
Okay.
thinking, I was like, what are the steps that I'm following with all of them when we start working, and what is, and listening to their reviews,
Yeah,
and afterwards,
yeah,
and how it has helped them, in their lives.
yeah,
Most of them are always telling me, wow, this has been like life changing for me.
yeah,
I think we don't really understand, or most women don't really understand how important it is,
yeah,
the
yeah,
way we dress,
yeah, yeah,
and the role that the wardrobes have in our lives.
yeah,
More, we take it more because of course it's something that we do since we were born, right? Like we
yeah,
dress every day and we go. But I think not many women understand that personal styling
yeah,
is not about fashion, is more about a feeling,
yeah,
a well-being,
yeah,
and that it can be a tool that helps you achieve and overcome
yeah,
many challenges in your life.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I came up with this method, that is actually more about like empowering them and
Empowering them
create a wardrobe that aligns with their lifestyle
with their lifestyle. Yeah,
and, yeah, and their job, what that it makes sense, right,
yeah,
for them, and it takes out the stress
Yeah.
out of dressing,
Yeah.
and just it is a method to make dressing like quick and intuitive
Yeah.
rather than overwhelming and
Yeah.
boring,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting. You know what, Carolina, as a layman, I always believe that because, people, take fashion lightly. I wouldn't call it fashion, but, to me, it's style. Basically, having a little bit of style sense. I think to have a style sense, you also, have to know yourself, somewhere, some because you have to know your personality. You have to know your body type and how do you want to be perceived by others. So I think, there are lots of layers to it. So I genuinely believe that, people who have got, style sense, they somewhere, somehow, they know themselves, they're self-aware. So that's
Yeah.
what, I believe in as a layman. Again, and I don't know anything about fashion or in style. My next question is, okay, how do you make sure that each client's style reflects their personality and value? What is your process? How do you make sure that, each client's, style reflects their personality and value?
Well, it has to be very personalized to
Yeah.
each client. Like we are saying, personal style has actually not much to do with fashion,
Yeah.
it's more about your identity
Yeah.
and understanding each client. Like literally I give them a questionnaire in the beginning, and I love to listen to them very carefully,
Yeah.
in what they do, how do they want to feel. That's the most important
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
how do you want to
Yeah.
feel, how do you want to be perceived, by people, and then try to curate a wardrobe that is very linked to their real self,
Yeah.
and that outside they're expressing themselves in a way that is connected to their inner self,
Yeah.
right? Because when women, if they don't have like a sense for fashion, they think like, oh, I don't like trends, I don't like fashion, I don't know how to do that. And like
Yeah.
I'm saying, it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It's more about understanding you
Yeah.
and knowing, that by balancing your proportions and knowing your silhouette,
Yeah.
playing with textures, with layering, accessorizing,
Yeah.
and all those things, you can create a wardrobe that gives you joy and
Yeah.
that helps you in your life and support your dreams,
Yeah.
right? Rather than, this is not it's not about becoming a Carrie Bradshaw,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
the the
From
girl
Sex
from
and the
Sex and
City.
the City.
Yeah.
You can be super stylish
Yeah.
just by wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
personal style is more about like how do you present yourself,
Yeah.
how do you want to express, your
Yeah.
brand, your personality, and something that will make you feel good
Yeah.
rather than just being super fashionable,
Yeah.
right? So it's about giving you ease and confidence and building that side of you,
Yeah.
and not really not really having a wardrobe that is going to stress you more,
Yeah.
because here is not about trends
Yeah.
or having a very expensive wardrobe. It's
Yeah.
just about having ease and having confidence
Yeah.
every day with what
Yeah.
you're wearing.
Yeah. True that. I 100% agree. That, I think, a basic knowledge is very important. Like you rightly mentioned, that, you educate them on texture, on silhouette, and, what can they do, with the basic wardrobe, collection that they have. No, I 100% agree. Okay. So my next question is going to be basically, because, you have mentioned that, you have been to BBC Club. So what was it like to present your workshop at the BBC Club? And what was the key takeaway for attendees? What was the basically the content or the subject, at the BBC Club, you being as a personal stylist, and what was the key takeaway for attendees?
Yeah, that was an amazing experience last year, the
Mhm.
end of last year.
Mhm.
The theme was wearing versus styling,
Yeah.
which basically what I try to do is to move beyond putting on clothes
Yeah.
into let women understand that by styling what they have,
Yeah.
teaching, like I said before, layering, accessorizing, how to add depth through texture, how to balance proportions and all those things. So um, by teaching them all those things, and make them understand that it's not only what we put on us, is how we style
Yeah.
the clothes. Like I said, you can put like jeans and a t-shirt, but
Yeah.
depending on how you're styling it,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
shoes that you're choosing, the accessories, even your hair, how you're styling your hair,
Yeah.
and how you present yourselves, it what makes the whole difference,
Yeah.
rather than just having clothes or seeing clothes as as a burden, right? And
Yeah.
something that is like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
God, I need to get dressed again and
Yeah.
all that. So I think most of them, what they understood is that they don't really need to be like super fashionable, and they don't need to put a lot of effort into
Yeah.
dressing.
Yeah.
That by understanding, their body,
Yeah.
their coloring,
Yeah.
how to add like accessories in a way that resonates and align with their personality,
Yeah.
goes a long way, rather than just focusing on fashion and trends.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I like that point, where you said that it's not, what you put, it's how you put, because that is what make the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. That is true. So, okay, so your work has also been featured in top magazines and major events like London Fashion Week. How does that experience shape your approach to styling?
So it has, having all those experiences, which they came to me because
Yeah,
I was doing mostly like personal styling. And again, like personal styling is very different than fashion styling,
yeah,
which one is more creative and gives you room, to use your imagination, and again being
yeah,
creative and all those things. The other one is more about understanding the client
yeah,
and their personal needs when it comes to their wardrobes. um, but those experiences, and working in that, high level in fashion, has given me a different perspective
yeah,
on everything, especially like storytelling, and how important is how we present ourselves,
yeah,
and how we connect emotionally
yeah,
through storytelling, with our clients and
yeah,
everything. Which, translating that to my one-to-one clients, is about personal brand,
yeah,
right? And how are you gonna express yourself through the
yeah,
clothes that you are wearing?
yeah,
What is the story that you want to tell them,
yeah.
and how you want people to perceive you
Perceive you.
in a
Yeah.
way. So yeah, it's more about that, translating one thing into my client's real life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice. So basically, these events, have helped you basically defining your client's storytelling process. What's there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
nice, great, great.
And
I'm
it's
sure.
also like, of course, it's learning about, with them, it's more, I've learned more about how the fashion world works,
Yeah,
and then you get more in contact with what it's trending right now. You see how fashion moves so fast,
yeah,
and actually understanding that is what I tell my clients. It's impossible to keep up with fashion because it's moving so fast,
yeah,
all the time,
yeah,
that that's why personal style has
Yeah.
nothing to do with it, because
Yeah.
otherwise we would need like a new wardrobe every week,
Yeah.
right? Because it all changes.
Yeah.
But of course, there is a way of also putting all that knowledge into my clients'
Yeah. Of course.
side,
Yeah.
right? In a way of understanding fashion, coloring, what is trending, trying to help them
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
put some of that, into the wardrobe as well, just to make it more fun and explore their style in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, that sounds really exciting, really interesting. I'm sure, these events and these events, they actually do teach you a lot. I'm pretty sure. And BBC Club, I'm sure, there must have been some, like, really big names, if that's the term. Yeah, so you get to learn a lot, from these events. So I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what's the, because you have dealt and you're still dealing, with so many clients on a day-to-day basis. What's one common wardrobe mistake you see? I've been basically your clients making or people making, like, in general, and how can people fix it? What's that, one common wardrobe mistake?
So the main one is having wardrobes that don't align with their life.
Hmm.
So many times people hold to clothes and pieces that they have nothing to do with the real life they're living
Yeah.
in that moment.
Yeah.
I think women, well, people in general, they don't understand that our wardrobes have to evolve with us, right? As we evolve in every area of our lives,
Yeah.
wardrobes need to evolve with us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is when this connection, when we feel that disconnection with our wardrobes, and it's when it comes like, oh, I don't like what I'm wearing, I don't have nothing to wear, right? And all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny enough, they all start always, or my discovery calls with them always start with, I need a new wardrobe. I have nothing to wear.
Nothing
And
to
I
wear.
always tell them, well, I'm sure what we need or you need is
Yeah.
to start seeing your wardrobe in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then really audit your wardrobe, and edit it in a way. This is a way of fixing it. Literally edit your wardrobe, and very strategically,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
being very real
Okay.
with yourself,
Yeah.
and then taking everything out there and asking question as, is this piece serving me? Does it
Yeah.
fit me? Why I'm holding to the, if not, why I'm holding to it. Some
Yeah.
people is because they have a sentiment, other people is because they have invest a lot of money, and of course they
Yeah.
feel bad, is about after all that money, uh, what do
Yeah.
I do with this now?
Yeah.
And they keep trying to dress for lives that, I don't know. I've seen people that they don't party anymore, but they
Yeah.
still have the wardrobe that they used to have on their 20s, for example, and now
Yeah.
they are on their late 30s.
Yeah.
And then they wonder, why is my wardrobe not working for me? And of
Yeah.
course, it's because you're not the person that you used to be. And you build your wardrobe on your 20s based on going to parties
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a very different lifestyle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
right now is not aligned with the woman that you are anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why curating a wardrobe, it doesn't mean that you will have to change your wardrobe every time.
Yeah.
But if you could curate it in a way that
Yeah.
based on your body shape,
Yeah.
your fit and your taste and things that you like,
Yeah.
then it's going to be easier
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah.
curating it, as an evolve it
Yeah.
with you
Yeah.
as you move forward, in your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, the biggest mistake is that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I definitely, can correlate, because many times, like, every season I discard clothes. And basically, I don't know why, have I bought those clothes in first place, when I start discarding. discarding, because I realized that, okay, this is not my style, this is not something that I'm ever going to wear. It just occupying my place, occupying basically place in my wardrobe. So these are the clothes that I need to get rid of. I 100% agree. That's a very solid point, that your wardrobes need to evolve with you. I yeah.
And this is happening, this is it's happening mostly because if you don't understand yourself
Yeah.
in the first place,
Yeah.
if you don't have a wardrobe that is connected with you and your inner self, basically what you're doing is copying others,
Yeah.
right? You go to Pinterest, you go to Instagram,
Yeah.
and you see someone wearing something and you're like, oh, I love that, and then you run to the store, you
Yeah.
buy that thing, but then you just realize after wearing it that it's not you, it doesn't serve your body, it's not right in terms of proportions.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, and of course then you keep it there and you keep, it's like a loop, you keep repeating like this process over and over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So uh if my advice for everybody would be to understand yourself,
Yeah.
invest in, if not a personal stylist, because that's another thing, people have this conception that is like, oh, personal stylist is for celebrities, and for people that have money, and all those, or that people that are very fashionable,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not really, has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It's more, like I said, about understanding yourself, your body, your coloring,
Yeah. Yeah.
through coloring we can express many things. It's very connected, our wardrobe is very connected to our energy system as women as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So could you please, just again, throw some light into this, coloring thing, basically, like, you talked about coloring connected to energy. So how does basically, what does each color represent? Just a rough, basic idea, for our listeners to basically understand the color theory, that, how does, what does, each color represent? Uh,
Yeah. So I think coloring it's a very interesting thing to consider when we
yeah.
are building our wardrobes.
Yeah.
It can literally energize
Yeah.
us, make us feel more approachable
Yeah.
depending on the one that we are
Yeah.
choosing.
Yeah.
It can help us feel at ease
Yeah.
and relax. It depends on the one that we
Yeah.
are going for.
Yeah, sure.
But for example, like talking about what they represent,
Yeah,
if you want to feel more empowered and give you energy
yeah,
because you have to face a situation that requires you being in contact, and connected to your power,
yeah,
let's say a presentation,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
In a boardroom or something like that, you would choose like red,
yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
it's a bold color
yeah,
that gives us like that energy and makes
yeah,
us feel like powerful
yeah,
and connected to that side of
yeah,
ourselves. If you go to an interview
yeah,
and you really want the other person to trust you,
yeah,
you would choose like blue,
yeah,
right? It's a color that
yeah,
enhance like that trust
yeah,
and on the other person and how they perceive you.
yeah,
If you want to feel like more calm
yeah,
and you need, kind of like slow down,
yeah, relaxed, yeah,
you would go for green.
yeah,
No, it's a color that connects us with nature
yeah,
and kind of, it's
healing,
peaceful.
yeah,
Yeah, kind of healing energy.
yeah,
So it's very interesting. And then we all have our own colors. It's more about
yeah,
defining the shades
yeah,
that
yeah,
help you shine and
yeah,
glow,
yeah,
and
yeah,
have that. I always tell people like coloring, the colors work as filters, the filters that we use on social
yeah,
media. once you're wearing the
Yeah.
right colors, it's
Yeah.
like your filter. You will see that you don't even need like makeup or
Yeah.
anything like that,
Yeah.
because you will be radiant and glow
Yeah.
naturally, rather than wearing a color that it doesn't really suit you, to
Yeah.
which it does is making you feel more tiring,
Yeah.
right? And even like I said, it's very connected to our energy system,
Yeah.
because for women,
Yeah.
depending on the color that you're wearing, makes a big difference in
Mm.
how you express yourself once
Yeah.
you are out,
Yeah.
out and about, right, in the world, like with society.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. True that. True that. Speaking of women, my next question is for women, who want to build a wardrobe for confidence at work, or who want to succeed at work, but somewhere somehow they have this idea that they might not dress appropriately. So what's your top piece of advice for them to basically dress better to get that promotion, or yeah, so what that piece of advice would be?
So it would be like, dress for the role,
Yeah.
but also dress for the mindset
Mm-hmm.
and for the energy that you want to embody
Yeah.
at work. And then it's more about, if you want, it's about simplifying is what, once you start in this process of personal styling, is
Yeah.
more about simplifying your life
Yeah.
rather than adding stress to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one thing that helped them a lot, and I do with my clients, is part of the wardrobe architect method, is
Yeah.
actually define outfit formulas that work for you, like a few of them that work for your silhouette,
Yeah.
and then kind of stick to that and replicate them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not, don't try to be adventurous every day, because that's only gonna add more stress to your life. Is once you
Yeah.
understand what works for you,
Yeah.
it's more about replicating that.
Replicating that.
So an outfit formula can be like a midi skirt, pencil skirt with a
Yeah.
blouse
Yeah.
and stilettos in
Yeah.
my end.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that's an outfit formula. And then from there, you build your
Yeah.
outfits every day. Then
Yeah.
it's more about adding, oh, what jewelry I feel like wearing today,
Yeah.
or which bag, or maybe you change the code,
Yeah.
but you stick to the formula that works
Formula.
for you.
Yeah.
So in the morning, if you have like an important presentation, all you have to do is like going to your lookbook. For example, another thing that I do after defining outfit formulas with
Yeah.
my method, what I do is like I create a ready to wear lookbook
Yeah.
for them,
Yeah.
which are outfits that they have ready from pieces that we have, from pieces that they already own in their
Yeah.
wardrobe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is very easy in the morning. Just, grab your coffee. You have your lookbook handy, and all you have to do is like scroll through it and
Yeah.
see, okay, how do I feel today? And then you see, oh, look, we put together this outfit. I'm going to wear that.
Yeah.
So it's easy, because you have everything
Yeah.
done for you, basically,
Yeah.
rather than be, second guessing the, like, okay, what I'm going to wear today. Then you stress. Then you are guessing, okay, am I looking the part?
Yeah.
Um, it affects your confidence,
Yeah.
and all that. So yeah. So creating outfit formulas is one thing that can help everybody to remove the stress,
Yeah.
and make dressing very quick
Yeah.
and intuitive.
Yeah.
Then fitting is very important, like prioritize
Yeah.
fitting over even expensive clothes.
Yeah.
So make sure that everything is, a blazer is tailored for you. If it's like the length of your trousers, a blazer, whatever thing that fits like correctly.
Yeah.
So then your look is more polished,
Polished. Yeah.
rather than,
Yeah.
rather than going for expensive things. Designer is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
prioritize how whatever you have fits you
Yeah.
um, correctly.
Hmm.
Another thing would be like the coloring, like I said.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know your colors, because you haven't gone through a color analysis and you don't know what season
Yeah.
you are,
Yeah.
I would say define like three accent colors in your wardrobe that you really like and make you feel,
Yeah.
confident, that
Yeah.
gives you joy. And
Yeah.
rather than going for a rainbow, like
Yeah.
strip everything, define three
Yeah.
colors. And then, between the neutrals and those accent colors, you
Yeah.
will have a more cohesive wardrobe
Yeah.
when it comes to build outfits for you.
Yeah.
And what other thing could be? Um,
So it's
and
coloring, fitting, uh,
so yeah,
wardrobe. Sorry.
and make your wardrobe work for your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, and this is one thing. Actually, this is the first step in my methodology, is to really understand your lifestyle
Yeah.
and build your wardrobe based on that.
Yeah.
So if you spend most of your time, let's say like 30% of your time is at work and 20% socializing and another 20% hobbies and only 10% like partying, let's
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
right? You don't need like 20 party dresses but only two suits, right? It means like you need to build a wardrobe that is strong for your workplace
Yeah.
and your social life,
Yeah.
and then leave all those pieces that are more bold or partying out
Yeah.
of the equation,
Yeah.
because then your life, your wardrobe is just based on your lifestyle,
Yeah.
which is what the challenges that
Yeah.
we talked before that most women are facing,
Yeah.
is because of that. They just keep buying clothes because they like it. They
Yeah.
have seen someone is a piece of
Yeah.
clothing, that they are like, oh, I love that color, and they keep also building wardrobe or hold to pieces that is like, okay, when I lose weight, I'm gonna keep this because when I lose weight,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep this because in case I
Yeah.
go, I get invited to a
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
But that's not your life,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
And sadly, that day never. I mean, in most of the cases, that day never comes. That when we lose weight, and then we are going to fit into that dress. That day never comes. So
exactly. And you keep struggling every
yeah,
day,
yeah,
wearing clothes that are not aligned with who you are
yeah,
anymore, and that doesn't give you joy
yeah,
at all. And you're just, holding to that which is not serving you
yeah,
at all.
yeah,
So, yeah, it's more like people don't understand that the sooner you curate your wardrobe in a way that is aligned with you,
yeah,
with the woman that you want to
yeah,
represent,
yeah,
right? And how you feel inside you. The sooner you do that, the sooner you stop wasting time,
yeah,
wasting money,
yeah.
as well, because we keep, like we said, we keep buying clothes just because we have this feeling of, I have nothing to wear, I have
Yeah,
nothing to wear. And we keep buying and buying.
yeah,
And it's more
yeah,
about, I can even most of the time when my clients approach me saying, I need a new wardrobe because I have nothing to wear,
yeah,
when after going through a wardrobe edit with them myself, I can actually build and most of the times is
yeah,
what they have
yeah,
already and they own.
yeah,
I built for them like 30 outfits out of that,
yeah,
30 to 50 outfits that
yeah,
we put in the lookbook. And then they realized that actually is not that they had nothing to wear, is that they didn't know how to optimize what they had. and use them in different outfits, like mix and matching all the pieces
Yeah.
just to make the most of it.
Yeah.
And then actually, after doing the wardrobe edit, they realized that the budget that they had for the personal shopping and what they thought that they needed, that in their head
Yeah.
was like a whole new wardrobe.
Yeah.
They just need like few things here and there that usually are basics
Mm-hmm.
to connect everything, kind of together.
Yeah.
And what they had in the wardrobes were actually served them a lot,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So I'll just repeat. So one is the outfit
Outfit formulas,
outfit formula. The second was fitting,
fit in.
which is very important. The third was coloring.
Yeah,
Fourth was lifestyle.
yeah,
Yeah. So these are the four ones, the four.
yeah,
Okay. I'll
yeah.
remember that. Okay. So my next question is, so you also, apart from, serving clients, you also mentor emerging designers. What's one piece of advice you give them about succeeding in the fashion world? Because we have see lot of, we see lots of aspiring designers. So what's the piece of
So
advice you would give them?
so the fashion world is fascinating, but at the same time is very competitive.
Yeah.
um it can even feel like very fake,
Yeah. Yeah.
people trying to escalate very fast
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my main piece of advice is to follow their instincts and their gut feelings,
Yeah.
when it comes to creating their collections, and try to stop the noise from external
Yeah.
um, advices,
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
their careers,
Yeah.
especially in the beginning,
Yeah.
because when you don't really know what you are doing, most of them have a lot of like a great vision and a lot of talent,
Yeah.
but then because they don't really know
Yeah.
how this world works fully, they keep listening, to different voices. And then that noise kind of um, reflects into the work,
Yeah.
and they keep changing, things and all that. So it's more about stay true to your instinct,
Yeah.
and your vision for your brand.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I always tell them is to keep educating themselves into other areas.
Yeah.
So
Other areas such as?
clothing and design is amazing,
Yeah.
but it's like also you need to know about finance,
Fine.
right? This is
Yeah.
something that actually I learned for my business as well.
Of
It's
course. Of course.
you need
Yeah.
to. It's not only about your talent. So I love to help
Mm.
my clients, to put outfits together and find their personal style, but also finance is a big part of my business, right? Just to keep it
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah.
And also, something that I always tell them is about educate themselves into storytelling
Yeah.
and how they want to communicate their brand,
Yeah.
right? Because it needs to connect emotional with their audience,
Yeah.
right? So it's not only about the designs that you are making, but how is that going to resonate with your
Yeah.
audience?
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you
Yeah.
gonna what is gonna be the narrative,
Narrative. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's very interesting. That's a very interesting point that you are not supposed to only design because there are plethora of people who are designing, but what's your narrative, as you rightly said, is
What is the story, right?
what is the
Which
story?
actually this is also translated to my clients
Yeah.
and women, is like, what is your story? What how like for personal brands, right? Even if you don't have a business,
Yeah.
we all have our
Story to
own.
tell.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, how do you want to be perceived? What is it that you want to tell about yourself through your clothing
Yeah.
as well? Of course, the wardrobe of a CEO navigating like a high pressure corporate world
Yeah.
is not going to be the same wardrobe as an entrepreneur that balancing work and travel,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
a new mom that
Yeah.
has to reinvent kind of herself and rediscover herself,
Yeah.
because of course it's a big transition and a big change in their lives. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like that story.
yeah.
It's like very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically,
Whereas is you're creating, designs for people,
wow.
or you're even a woman that
Yeah.
wants to,
Yeah. Yeah.
represent your own business through
Yeah.
your and your
Yeah.
brand
Yeah.
through you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very interesting point that there has to be a story. What's your story? Because people are more interested in your story. That's a very great point that you just mentioned. I wish, more people, could understand this point of yours, the storytelling part. Uh,
This is how we connect with people,
Yeah,
right? It's about uh,
yeah,
and actually another very important thing is like we need to understand that using our wardrobe kind of as a tool, for us, is gonna help you connect with your audience
yeah,
in a deeper level, which
yeah,
actually is what we are all looking for.
yeah,
Because if you just go, whatever you're doing is like giving a presentation, talking to someone through a camera,
yeah,
having a discovery call with a client,
yeah,
what you're wearing says a lot about you,
yeah,
but also the way you feel because of what you're wearing,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
it's there, right, in a way, because it builds your confidence.
yeah,
It tells a lot about how you are feeling.
yeah,
You don't talk, you don't present yourself the same way when you are confident,
yeah,
you are looking the part, that you look put together. That says a lot, rather
true.
than women, we all use a lot our clothes to hide what we are feeling and hide
Yeah,
ourselves, right? It's like,
yeah,
yeah, in a way.
yeah.
So yeah.
That's a very, very valuable point that, I 100% agree that when you feel good from inside, the day, okay, you know that, you have looked at yourself in the mirror, as women, we know that, we are killing today. And so what happens is that, our energy, it changes and other people can also
Can
feel
feel
it.
it, yeah, they
Yeah,
can pick on that.
yeah,
And they like, it's incredible how it affects us, how we look and how we feel and all that. So yeah, it's
yeah,
true, it can change everything.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, true that. True that. I 100% agree. So, my last question is, what's next for you in your career? And where do you hope to take your work in the future?
So right now I'm very focused in keep developing, and keep um, developing like my personal
Yeah,
style consultancy,
yeah,
for helping women, like inspire them to rethink their wardrobes and understand that um, the wardrobes can serve them
yeah,
more than just as clothes.
yeah,
It can serve in their lives. So I'm really focusing on that side
yeah,
right now. My big dream
yeah,
would be to one day work as a fashion stylist for a TV show kind of thing,
yeah,
like fashion related. That is like the
yeah,
big dream
yeah,
out there.
yeah,
But yeah, at the moment, just by doing that, I'm trying, I have
yeah,
my main mission is just to try to optimize women's life
yeah,
in this way with
yeah,
my talent, trying to help them with their wardrobes in that way. I also do like workshops, I keep doing
okay,
workshops. I
yeah,
have one now, actually, on the 26th of February here in London, about accessorizing with purpose.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's going to be a very lovely evening full of style,
Yeah.
socializing with like minded
Yeah.
women,
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best, Caroline, and I'm sure, I'm 100, I'm confident that you are going to achieve whatever you have desired. And thank you for sharing your journey, your expertise, and all the valuable advice. I'm sure our listeners will walk away with a fresh perspective on style, confidence, and self expression. If you want to learn more about Carolina and her work, make sure to follow her and check out her styling workshops. Thank you.
Thank you.